Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Steven's Sausage Roll. Sorry about the sort of abrupt ending to the last episode, but we're back. We're here now, and we're definitely going to roll some sausages. Let's see about this one. Do we know what this one is? Ah, yes, the Anchorage. Okay. So I feel like we were onto something, kind of, with the last strategy, right? There is an element of this that seems pretty good. I just have to figure out how to complete it. And of course, like, the fact that we have a solution that ends up with us pretty close to a bunch of cooked sausages is not necessarily high value in and of itself. Like, close is sometimes worse than far away, because if you're close to the solution, it is often the case that you have taken some wrong steps and you need to back up a little bit to find where your solution and the real solution branch off from one another. So let me just like look at the state. So if I now press this down, we can get very close here. Right? That's 2 sausages done and 1 3/4 of the way done. But we have absolutely no way to interact with that sausage. If we back it up to like this point, or no, I want to back it up to here. Yeah, here. And I push this sausage down such that we can use it to continue rolling the other one. We run into the same problem just with this sausage, where I no longer have the ability to affect it. We can get it to 3/4, but yeah. How would I... Ooh. What if... Hold on, maybe restart is not the right move here. I'm wondering, before I push it downward, is it possible... Could I scoot it upward? I don't know if this is the right portion of the sausage. We're going to find out, I'll tell you that. It totally is. Yeah, it totally is. So we cooked that bit early. And then we roll this over here, and now, yep, 3/4 of that sausage are finished. Okay, we just had to prep our solution a little bit. The basic moves were right, but once again, it was the very close solution we had was off from the actual solution by a step that was like six steps before the part where it's obviously a problem. Very close. Very close is often further than a little bit off. So, all right, back to this one. How do we set this one up in a way that doesn't create a completely innavigable path to the exit? I have no idea if that's a word, if the way I express that there is a way you can express that. We could do kind of a similar thing here where we try to move the sausages around and cook them in portions on different parts of the level, maybe? Here, I have a thought. Right, so, okay. If we do this, and then come down here and push this up. Wait, how did I think this was going to work? I had a plan, and the plan totally made sense to me in my head, but I'm looking at it now and thinking, where's the reality? Where's the reality part of this? Because like my plan involved pushing this thing now off to the right. There's no way to do that the way I have set it up. But I was thinking we could push it off to the right, move it down, cook the top half of it as we roll it across right here, and then try to like tuck it under. Yeah. We just need at least one of these sausages to end up fully cooked, but not in the space where the trivial cook ends it up. And really, it just has to be any one of them. Any one of them not being there would provide us with enough room to turn safely. Okay, what if... Because I can now push this to the right. Or the left, rather. But there's a space. There's no way to push it down from there. Yeah. What I really want is to get it tucked away into this corner down here. But you can't do that if you get it into this position because there's no way to get it to move down while it's in this column. You would have to cook the bottom, the southern half of the sausage first, then have it occupy these two squares, roll it across to cook its northern half. And then, I mean, even then, in order to move it downward from that position, you have to be standing here and execute this turn, and there's no way to get over here while the sausage is sitting on these tiles. So that's probably not the solution. The other tricky part here is that this sausage in particular is awkward because it's blocking our access. Of the three of them, it's the only one that's actually in the way of the others. Now we can move it around quite a bit. This will allow me to... This will allow me to do some version of the thing that I want. Right, because we roll it off of the grill, and now we have the southern half of it cooked. And then we could walk it down to here and roll it across to finish it. But if it ends up in those two tiles, we're not going to be able to... Maybe the right answer is to roll it across here without finishing the cook. If I tuck it down in this corner, it's not going to be recoverable, though. And there's no way past it. So, like, once we get it here, we're doomed, right? I can push it to there, but I can never... I can do that with it. But now any movement kills it. Yeah, this is not actually better, but it is something different. It is a way of maneuvering and cooking this sausage that allows us to try other things. What about... Oops. What if we drop it down here? Hold on, I'm thinking this because now we can move it off of there. We can step it downward. No, this doesn't do anything. I was thinking this way we can create a situation where we roll it onto... Maybe I have to... Hold on. Maybe we have to do this bit first. Maybe that's the core problem that I'm missing. Yeah, because if I just do what I was doing before now, that is to say, roll this over to the side, move it down to here to finish the cook, Don't finish the cook yet, actually. Roll it down here. Finish the cook down here. Aha. Now I can just go like that. There it is. I could feel that I was halfway to the solution, and I just, I elected to trust that intuition. Had that turning off the targeting computer moment. I try not to tell you guys too much about the voices I hear telling me to do things. Huh. Little fire indeed. Are we on a perfectly square platform? We are. Okay, so we have a 4x4 platform with these two grills in the middle. And now I need to... We need to get this out of the way because we're going to have to push this thing around. So I think this one goes over here and then up a couple times. And then if we roll it one more time, it's finished. And then we can kind of just like scoot it off to the side. I have placed it in an unrecoverable position that I think is okay. Here, we can move this down so that I have room to sweep. Nope. Sorry. I can turn my fork upward here without knocking anything off the island. Okay, that one was not nearly as difficult as some of them have been. It is interesting how uneven the difficulty is, but like, I think this is a big problem with puzzle games in general. Not a problem with puzzle games. A problem with the concept of difficulty in puzzle games. Like, the idea of making a smooth progression of difficulty just has always seemed so bizarre to me. Because, like, how do you even measure such a thing? And, like, different stuff is going to be different levels of difficulty to different people, and I don't know. Designing a puzzle game has always seemed to me like the most intense magic. So, gosh. I want to come over here with the fork facing this way. But the only way to cook the top half of this sausage now is to bring it up here. Yeah, like, right. And then roll it to the right twice. So, shoot. The naive solution. Not so good here. It would be really easy to cook that sausage if I could get it. All right, I have a thought. We need to get this sausage so that it is hanging off the grass here. There we go. Oh, wait. Careful approach. No. And then don't get too excited and try to sprint to the exit, because you might accidentally undo all your hard work. Thank you so much, developer. Is the character named Steven? Is the developer named Steven? I actually don't know. Thank you so much, developer, whoever you are, for the very good undo button. Alright, so once again we have... This is a little bit like the Little Fire level, except that the maneuvering is going to be a little more complicated. Huh. How do I... Nope, that's not right. How do I get this to move around? You know, what I wasn't thinking is that the construction of this island means that we can never be in the top left quadrant. And that actually does change things quite a lot, I think. There are certain kinds of moves that we will simply not be able to make with this sausage. Also, I am going to set myself on fire kind of a lot, probably. Do I need to? I think I need to move this down again so that I can do this and then this. I think this is going to work because we can slide it up twice from this position and then just roll it over. Yeah, that you have to execute all of the movements from below or to the right of the sausage on that one. And it does make you a lot more thoughtful about the way you are doing this. So I can't help but notice that actually we seem to be locked in here, huh? I guess I can only hope that once we complete what I think is now the last puzzle we have access to, that it will open up that bridge. And I will tell you what, right now, I think we are already further than I have ever been in this game. Okay, well, if we do the thing that looks obvious here, we're going to create an unsolvable position very quickly. It feels to me like that bit hanging off at the right there, that wharf, is probably critically important to this horizontally laid sausage, but I can't figure out exactly what to do with it. So there's no way for me to get the vertically laid sausage into different rows than the rows it's in right now, right? I would never be able to... Yeah, there's no place in this puzzle where we can cause it to slide upward. So it's always going to be... There are only 4 legal positions for it. And once you begin cooking it, you can't get it back off the grill easily. It kind of makes me want to push it over here just to get space. But once we've done this, this sausage becomes a little bit of an issue. So hold on, let me roll this on here. We will cook the western half. And then... Fucking what? And then what, Smarty? Like, hold on, let me put this thing back on the grill for a second. I think it can be here, and that's fine. I have to go fetch this sausage because we will never be able to get past it again. And the idea is we now have to roll this up. Yeah, now when we slide this to the side, it'll finish that other sausage. Okay. Just have to be extremely careful about the order of operations there because a huge part of the game is about... Y'all. This game is charming in the extreme. I love it so much. All right, well, I think it's fairly obvious what I need to do with this. Do I have access? Okay, I do have access to the undo button. What happens if I press restart? Okay, it takes you to the last place you entered the area from. That makes sense. That's a good way to handle that. So we just need to roll this over here and then use it as a platform. Do you climb the... Okay, you climb the ladders by walking them sideways. Can you climb it backwards? Okay, you can't go fork first. No, it has to be sideways. Because otherwise the fork would... Yeah. Okay. All right. I guess we beat the first world? Question mark? Okay. Where are the grills? Okay, there's a pretty simple grill setup. Oh, but I can already see how moving around here is going to be a fucking nightmare. The way these posts and trees are placed. Okay, so it looks to me like we probably just move... Oh. I don't know. In my brain, I was looking at that, and it was a one tile wide space. Is it possible to get this sausage through here? Oh. Oh, holy hell. Okay, well, I pressed... So you've probably noticed that sometimes I tap the button and he moves too much, and I have to take a step back. Yeah, I double stepped there instead of single stepping and inadvertently realized that you can pierce the sausages. That's fucking incredibly important, probably. Shoot, do we have this pierced correctly? Because we could also pierce it from... I have to scrape it off on something, right? I know this will kill us, but I'm just testing. Okay, yes. So I have to have an object to remove it on. So like we can dump it here. But I can't actually get around to it if I do that. Let me restart the puzzle. That's really interesting information. So if I stab it in the... Can I stab it in the end? If I stab it in the end, it would seem to be very powerful, because I know it would be a maneuver that you need a lot of space to execute. But does this mean... No, I cannot just turn to my heart's content. I always... Okay, you keep the thing facing whatever direction you were facing. I guess I don't know why I thought that would work, because if you could do that, you'd also be able to do it with it pierced from the side, from the flank, so to speak. Well, okay. That's fascinating. What do we do with this information? So if we have it stabbed... Oh, I guess another thing that's actually interesting that I'm just now thinking of is that there's no way to get it off of your fork if you stab it in the end. Right? So it's only actually reparable if you do hit it in the side. If you were to stab the thing in the flank, or stab the sausage in the end, under many circumstances, it would be an immediate failure because you would never be able to get it off the fork. So, fuck do I do with this information? So we have the ability to scrape it off of our fork here, right? We can take it off regardless of which way we've brought it over. But critically important to note, there's no way to get back around to get to the north of it. So where we remove it is going to matter a ton. I can't even figure out really what I would... Yeah, how do we get it past this first bottleneck? If we're stabbed into the right side of it, then we scrape it here. And then I can't turn, so there's no way to get up without pushing it off. So that would seem to be wrong, suggesting that stabbing it in the left side, as I had it before, is the right thing to do. But I don't see... If we end up shedding it here, I don't see how that's any better. What am I missing? I wouldn't be able to get it from the top, because even if I found some way to pierce it from the top, I wouldn't be able to get it through this corner. Let me play with the actual physical properties of this a little bit. So I think I want to stab it through here. Right, if we scrape it off on this, we're doomed. Yeah, there's simply no way to access it. The only thing we can do with it from that point is push it off in various ways. But if we scrape it off here, it seems equally bad. Well, hold on. If I approach this correctly, now I can actually roll it back down. Okay, wait, maybe everything's fine. If we can pierce the left top side of it, then we can dump it over here and collect it from... Okay. And I can't pierce the left top side of it if I push it down, because there's not enough room for us to set up a direct movement. If we push it back over here, though... No, this is the fucking same... This is the same problem. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? What I actually really need is for it to move... Yeah, hold on. What I need is for it to move to this side. And now we can push it down. And I can get the fork lined up to get the pierce correct. So that I can dump it here. Slide it over. And then we could go pick it up on that side. Yo, this one requires a lot of extremely precise, thought-out movements. No, I need this to move over again. Huh. Okay, hold on. Is that possible? Am I able to... Okay. You get enough turn to slide that over. This puzzle is teaching us a lot. This is a very complicated tutorial puzzle. To lose it here would be a problem. So we have the ability to remove it here. I can't believe I thought the game was really hard without getting to this part. Okay, and then we go... Wait, what's my plan here? Because I certainly can't pick it up now. How do I maneuver it through this like fucking Z curve? All right, if we come down, holding it from the bottom right, we can get it to here, sidestep with it, get it all the way down. So I need to have it from the bottom right. This is actually really clever, because the thing that you need to do here... Oh, yeah. You have to get it into these two columns in order to leave it there. And then you have to slide it to the right in order to be able to push it, to pull it down. But then you have to get it back into these two columns and push it up here, because this is the only way to get the appropriate skewer on it to let you cross this area. This is very clever. Okay, and at this point, I think we should be able to just slide and then roll. In my defense, I was not prepared for some of these degrees of difficulty because the game is not called Steven's Sausage Slide and Roll, and also Stab and also Carry. So, you know, they were hiding the difficulty from us. the Truth in Advertising Act is going to have some words for young Steven. We should look around this area a little bit more. Okay, not a huge number of puzzles opened up, it looks like. We have another one of these blocking sausages. There were once great people here, but now there is something even greater. And we're not going to discuss what the sausages are made out of, nor where all the people who used to live here have gone. Two questions which surely have different answers. Ugh, they're making it really awkward even just to move around in the world. No, go this way, back up, back up. The old Twisty Farm. You know, give them the old Twisty Farm, they'd say. And nobody knew what that meant, but it sounded filthy. It sounds like a euphemism. And so you would laugh, and you would laugh, and you would look around the room desperately trying to find anybody else who seemed like they didn't know what was going on, but without giving a clue to anyone who's looking at you that you don't know what's going on, because obviously that's a death sentence. That's bad. No, don't push that up there. I think I want to stab this? Is it possible to stab this the way I would like? Because if we could get a pierce on the bottom right of this, well, I guess I'd never be able to let it go, would I? But once we start pushing it up, what are we going to do with it? Like, if we get into this position, we can move it left, but then it's never able to be moved again. I have created the perfect sausage prison. Which is a pretty good title for my autobiography, actually. I can't... Fucking hell. If I stab this from... Okay, here's the thought. If I stab this from the bottom right... Nope, never mind. I can't move with that. Oh, that's a challenge. And the gap here is 2 tiles, so we can't just push the sausage directly across. I think that with this one that's laid horizontally, it would actually be really easy to just pierce it, like, get it right here, push it to the right, pierce it up against that thing, and just carry it across and cook it. But the problem is, like I was saying earlier, once I've done that, I will never be able to undo it. And so we do have to get this other one cooked first. I could, I suppose, do the same with this one. No, holding this one facing vertical, like if I'm to its south, there's a bottleneck up top that I would not be able to get through. How do I deal with the vertical sausage? How does one deal with a vertical... Oh, I have a thought. Okay. So we're going to have to use these sausages to create a blocking state. So I'm going to do this. Walk through here. Right? Where do I want to stab this thing? I want to stab it through the bottom, so it's in the right spot. I'm just looking ahead at how we're going to dislodge it later. If I stab it on the top left, there's nowhere that I can get it off the fork. Does this work? It does. Okay. Now it's totally trivial to carry this across. We have to lose it here. If I don't lose it here, I will never be able to. Now we can push it forward. How do I do this in such a way that I still have the ability to cook the other sausage afterward? Because what I want to do with this other sausage is just carry it across to here and walk it over that top grill. Well, actually, that was never going to work, was it? Because I was thinking, if I'm carrying the other sausage, then I'm going to just push this over here. Not because this is right, but to show you what my plan was. End up with the sausage in, like, basically this position, coming off of the fork. Step forward and then move up twice. But that's not going to cook it, because when it's on the fork, it's not rolling. So it would just cook the bottom half twice and lose us the puzzle. I cannot... If I stab that other sausage, I have to get it off of the fork again, because there has to be a roll. Oh, man, Steven and his fucking... This is why it's just called Steven's Sausage Roll. Because it's like the cones of Dunshire. If you forget about the rolling... Your shit's over with. You are done for. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, so... I'm like 60% sure. For people who are familiar with that reference, I'm like 60% sure that the Cones of Dunshire, although it is obviously a combination of a couple of different games, and like there's very obviously a little bit of Catan in there, I'm pretty sure the visual presentation of it is very heavily based on this game called Dominant Species, which I love, by the way. Very much one of my favorite board games of all time. But they're not wrong. It is ridiculous. It's impossible not to notice. Let me back this up even more. Hold on. I am wondering if I made a critical mistake by moving this sausage forward. Do I need to move it up? Like... no, actually, I've put it in sausage prison by doing that, haven't I? Yeah, there's no way for us to fucking... Well... Alright, let's leave it right here, because this is the last time I was confident about a move I made with that sausage. I guess it pretty much does just have to go forward, but if you move it forward, there's no way to move it up. All right. Think about what the puzzle's trying to teach you, right? We were only able to accomplish the first part by using the two sausages in concert. That's probably also true here. It's gotta be, right? So maybe the thing to do right now is to go fetch this other sausage. Oh, friends, I think I see it. I think it is maybe... Oh my gosh. I think it's genius. I think this game is fucking brilliant. Okay, so I want to have the sausage... I want to pierce this sausage from the top left. Which is to say... I need to... The classic sausage tornado there. The forknado. No, wait, this doesn't work. How am I going to do this? Maybe I can't do it the way I was planning. I could pierce it from the bottom. Okay, yeah. I don't think we can pierce this sausage from the top, but I do think we can pierce it from the bottom by pressing it against these rocks over here. And if I'm piercing it from the bottom, Does it want to be left or right? Gosh. I'm trying to imagine what we do with it after we've got it pierced from the bottom. So there's a way to... The problem is, if we pierce it from the bottom, I don't see how we're going to remove it from the fork. If we pierce it from the top, I can't imagine a strategy. No, wait. Yeah. Press it over and then... Yes. If we pierced it from the top, I can imagine a strategy where I really wish I could indicate with my mouse on this. I may have to... You know what? I'm going to do this between episodes. I'm going to reconfigure the software I used to draw on the screen during Meet Me at Noon and set that up for this one too, because I have to be able to draw on the screen or I'm not going to be able to talk to you about this in a way that makes any damn kind of sense. But like, if we can maneuver... If we had this pierced from the top, we could maneuver it in such a way that I would be able to use it to push that sausage, the vertically laid sausage, over onto the upper grill, the left two tiles of the upper grill, and then use that as the wall that lets us remove this thing. All right, let's just try some stuff here. Let's just play with it, I guess. So if I do this, it's very easy to walk it through here. Well, this would be problematic if I was piercing it from the top on either side. And there's no way to remove it. Yeah, okay, so this is definitely... This is a no-go, but piercing it from the bottom here is going to have kind of a similar problem, right? It'll barely make it through this section. And then... So I have to leave the other sausage somewhere over here. Like if we had left the other sausage in the two spaces to my left, I could press down now and I'd be able to get out of this one. Although that would leave this one in a space where the only way to move it ever again is to... No, that would be really good, actually. Okay, all right. Have I passed the point of no return on this? Probably. All right, we're in for the long, slow rewind. Wait, what did I mean leave it? How would I do that? What? Hold on, what was my plan? Can I push it through and still get it back over there? No, there's no way for me to move to the right now that doesn't push this forward. And once it's pushed forward, there's no way to retrieve it because I can't stand... Yeah, shit. Friends, I may have 100% the wrong solution to this. It might be the case that no part of that solution is usable. Well, gosh. Okay. Fully flummoxed. 100% flummoxed. We're going to go look at a different one. Yeah, gosh, I cannot even figure out how to start thinking about that one. Oh, interesting. So, due to the fact that the normal movement of sausages is rolling, there is no way to ever cook a sausage through pure rolling with only one grate. Even if you find some mechanism to like roll it through the grate and then move it around and bring it back on a second pass or something, it is always the case that every horizontal movement is going to flip the sausage. That was my Discord, by the way. Apologies. It is not in streamer mode because I am not a professional. Let me resolve that really quickly here. But it's always the case that every time you move it horizontally, you're also inverting it, right? And there's no way around that. However, so when you're in the column that has the grate, you will always, okay, problem solved. You will always have the same side of the sausage down. However, if you can slide it an odd number of tiles, then you can create a situation where you have a different, you want to slide it an odd number of tiles. You can create a situation where you have a different side down. So let me get this out of the way here. So like the really easy naive solution to this is just push it onto here, cook it, stab it. 1, 2, scrape it off. How do I create the situation where I need this thing to roll one more time and then be stabbable again? We can use the other sausage. I love the the fury tornado that you do sometimes to roll a sausage. That feels very funny to me. Because like with the inputs, it does feel like a fighting game maneuver. It feels like a thing that you would be asked to 6 frame as king every once in a while. It's just like fucking, I don't know. Just press all the buttons and then left punch and hope they don't parry it. Right, because now we've changed which side of this thing is down. And you're gonna... Oh, wait. No, this is fine. Yeah. This is fine, question mark? Back up. Press this way. Pull it off. That's fine. Yes. Because I altered the number of tiles again, but I altered it by an even number, which doesn't actually change anything. This is so cool. God, the puzzle design in this game is fascinating. And now we need to do the same thing with the other sausage. Need to grab it. Wait. Need to press it down to here so that we can grab it in this column. There we go. And now it's here with the bottom. Yeah. So I think I can just walk past it now, grab it, scrape it off here, pick you up, just kind of get you out of the way at this point. And I do want to roll this and not... I guess in this case it wouldn't matter. Rolling it versus just piercing it and walking it over. Because because we can safely move it off the grill without it encountering any more heat. But in a lot of levels, you will only be able to do either one or the other, depending on how things are shaped. Ooh, okay, yeah, the game's getting a lot more complicated. Did I see when this was coming up, is there a little flag on top of this tower? It's actually really hard to get in a position to see the top of the tower. If I walk over here... Nope, it's off. Fuck. It's off. Fuck. It happens to everybody. You know, dry spells. No, there's not a little flag. I just want there to be one so badly. All right. Y'all, this is getting stressful already. I don't think we're that far into it. Like, I do not think it is about to be over. So, we have another stabbing puzzle here, obviously. This is going to be the theme of this area, I assume. So due to the like partial turn maneuver that we learned already, we know it is possible for us to like stab a sausage by the bottom left, come over here, scrape it off like that, and then we can enter this tile, do this, and it will push all the way over onto the road there. And we can roll it down and cook it easily. Which makes this seem maybe not all that difficult. And that makes me nervous that I'm missing something. Well, okay, for one thing, you can't do the stab here. I don't know what I was thinking just now. There's not enough room. That does create an awkward situation. Wait, how do we accomplish the initial stab? So I can stab it from the top quite easily. Right, if we take one of these sausages and we tuck it in here, now it's stabbable from the top. But is that useful to us? Let me just move this thing away from the edge so I don't accidentally knock it in the water while I'm experimenting. Oh, right. I can't. Yep. Never mind. Stabbing it, neither stabbing it from the top nor stabbing it from the bottom is going to work here. I'm getting fixated on things that don't matter. We can push the sausage across. But once it's over here, what are we going to do with it? Because we can put the other sausage in behind it, but yeah, I'm sure the problem is clear to everybody. I'm going to do it just for a demonstration. Right, as soon as we push this sausage left one more time, it is lost to us. We can do this, and that'll get us enough of this thing that we can begin to work with it. But how would we ever get the other sausage back? Also, I don't, like... We can do that, and that's very cookable. But how would we ever get the other sausage back? Well, the answer, okay. The answer is we would have to get the cooked sausage back across somehow and use it to push this sausage through. Is there a way to do that? Not really. No, there totally is, right? Once we have it here. Yeah. So we cook this sausage, then we use it to push the other sausage through. Okay. All right, I get it. I see it. Again, a lot of relatively precise movement required because it's Steven's sausage roll and no part of the puzzle can ever be easy. Giant swing. Fantastic. Wait until I figure out how to do a Shining Wizard with this input set. This sausage's game is over. Yeah, then we carry this across here. We pull it off there. Y'all, I fucking love Tekken so much. It's not really related to the subject of this video. I'm just thinking about how I feel about King and getting little hearts, cartoon hearts over my head. Okay, there we go. That's a solution. That was a cool puzzle. Gosh, the puzzles in this game are cool, right? I hope I'm not the only one who is feeling this. Desperately, for the sake of my channel, I hope I am not the only one who is feeling this. All right, I think that's probably a good place. We could jump into another puzzle and I could spend 5 minutes looking frustrated, or we could just go out on a win. How about that? That's where we're going to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I am definitely already feeling the stress a little bit. Committing to these puzzle game series is always like it's something I approach with both excitement and trepidation, because I love puzzle games, but a lot of the time I will start working on one and then I will, wander off for whatever reason at the end of the session, and I just will not think to come back. It's not even that I get frustrated and give up. It is literally just that my ADHD is so powerful. My lack of working memory is so great that I can just lose a game, as walk off and not think about it again for 7 months. And playing it on the channel motivates me to complete it. It keeps me committed and actually playing all the way through, which I love, but it is so scary. It is so scary to do this in front of people. Anyway, that's it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, tomorrow, hopefully we will learn another brilliant new move that is as critical, as game-changing as the Pierce. And I'm going to figure out that Shining Wizard is coming. And we'll see you then.